Oh, maybe I made a good. It's been 10 feet.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, if I notice that this thing's still gaining on me, I would want to duck into the
It is.
forest if I can. If I can get up and run into the forest.
So like run across the other side of the water.
Yeah.
Okay. And like pull yourself free and go running towards the woods or whatever. So now that you're wet, like you're sopping wet, you're moving
Yeah.
with more difficulty, like wet boots and so on and so forth. You're moving more
Sure.
difficulty than you otherwise would have. As it
Yeah.
gets to the water bank and it looks down at the water and clearly like it analyzes for a moment, you see all of a sudden its form turns from this bipedal thing into like a tube of fire. It's like like it arcs over the bank, and the bottom half of its body gets pulled behind it, almost like a slinky going down the stairs, and it pulls it to the other side of the bank, and then it reforms itself into this bipedal form and starts like running after you. You're gonna have to roll for me in acrobatics or athletics checks to run away. However, because of your wet boots and everything, you take a -2. Not quite a disadvantage.
I'll just roll it again. You can subtract.
I think your camera's frozen.
Oh, I'll fix that. So 18.
Say you spoke and you didn't move.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get an 18. You get out of there pretty damn quickly. That doesn't stop the fact that some of the woods go on fire, but you get out of there. All right. So it's gonna take a while for you guys to find each other. You all kind of went different ways. After a few hours pass, which we can consider a short rest if you'd like, you guys are going to be able to finally start searching for each other. You have not had a long rest yet. Do you wish to have a long rest instead of a short rest and search, or do you want to short rest and search?
Vikral's totally cool for a short rest and search.
I'm short resting and searching.
Yeah, short rest and search.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm cool
No
with that.
issue by me.
Everybody roll me your survival checks.
I'm going to use wild cunning again to follow everyone's tracks so I get advantage.
Sure.
My tracks are a bit wet.
Ollie, don't even roll. I'm going to say with wild cutting, you just succeed.
I'll be looking for Vikral first, by the way.
Okay. And waiting for Vic roll.
Yeah, you got it.
Cool. So Vikral is lost. Vikral went the exact opposite direction of everybody else. He's completely lost. Luckily, you used wild cunning, and so while he's continuing to search, going the wrong direction, it takes Peck like forever to get there because he's an old man with a cane walking. Luckily, he's like walking in circles and stuff. Vikral has no idea how to navigate through the forest. So you eventually are able to find him where he is, kind of like getting lost in the woods. You go over, you finally find him, join up. Do you guys have any RP between each other?
Vikral just looks at you like he looks up at you like sobbing wet. Just like he has like this just look on his face like he's so unsatisfied with himself and just everything.
It's a little bit worse than that. He has this. He's not just sopping wet. Has been sopping wet for a few hours, so it's like kind of dried, but like soaked into
But
your
not
skin.
properly.
Yeah.
It's got the
Yeah.
thing where your
So dead.
trousers like seize up around the knee.
Yep.
The worst thing about
Yeah.
walking anywhere in the rain. It's just fuck that.
A Brit,
Anyway.
a Brit would know that.
I don't even. He doesn't even say anything. He just sort of like looks at you.
And then,
And then-
so after he gives you like that look, he like he pops up a little bit like happier now that he sees you. And he's like, "Oh, thank God! I had no idea where the hell I was going. Where's the others?"
He just points, starts walking.
He follows. He's like, "What the fuck was that thing?"
I imagine it's a very
He
one-sided
just-
conversation.
And then he
Yeah,
just
yeah.
looks back and just says problem, and then says nothing.
Why are we going back to the problem then?
You problem.
I imagine like the "you" is in someone else's voice, and then the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you problem. I'm like,
But they're very similar voices. So-
Yeah. Okay. I didn't do anything. That was them. They did shit. And then I get kind of quiet for the rest of the walk back.
The two of them actually were able to stick together. They bicker their way back towards where the house was, like after they think it's safe, because they both keep wanting to go different ways. But Thuntar is eventually just like, me big, me right. And and so they, get back to the house because Thuntar is right. But before they get back to the house, they actually will meet up with Peck and Vikral because of Peck's magical powers. So you guys meet up with one another.
One time you turn around and he's just there.
Sounds good.
Oh,
Whoa.
Heyo.
Nice.
Nighttime.
Mind you, it's like
Yes.
daytime now. It's like dawn.
He says nighttime.
Okay. Yes, indeed, it is.
And I'm gonna.
With that, I would prepare myself for bed.
And I'll
Because
walk
Thuntar is
you,
pretty
because
tired.
we're near the house, to like the camp I set up a couple of minutes away from the house. And
I
then
would
we'll just sit.
I would go to the house first to make sure it was safe.
No. You do. The house is completely charred and burnt to the ground. Do you roll an investigation to look? Oh. There is a lot of necrotic magic around that house, but it's like faint or whatever. But as you're kind of looking around, you notice there is a much stronger necrotic magic coming from the basement. You didn't know there was a basement before. You guys looked around, didn't find one. But from underneath the house, you notice that there's necrotic magic. So you assume there's a basement.
I'll come back to the group and say, "You see, I'm totally okay." And I look at Ollie's character first. I look at him and say, "Well, I'm totally okay with it being nighttime." And I try to mock his voice the best I can. I say, "But the house has lots of magic going on, and it has a basement. And I know we really shouldn't be in that house. But
There's
I
no
really
house
need to
anymore.
know what's in the basement. Well, yeah, I really need to know what's in that basement."
Yeah, there may be some way to fix this so it doesn't attack anyone else.
Oh, I don't care if it attacks anyone else. I just need to know what's in the basement.
I just,
Drug.
that big fiery thing popped out of the house because we pissed it off too much. You really want to go delving into its secrets?
I mean,
Not our problem. Not my problem.
well, if you hear a loud noise, that's me. I'm just gonna take a peek. They're not even gonna know I'm there.
Don't.
They're not even gonna know I'm there. Don't worry, exactly. Don't worry. See, we're so close now that we can finish each other's sentences.
I don't know if Vicarol is in every horror movie the dumb blonde chick, or if Vicarol is the heroic one that survives.
We'll see.
So far, he's survived twice.
He is the
Damn it.
guy. He's the guy that survives, makes it to the sequel, and gets killed in the reboot, soft reboot.
Yeah, he's getting killed in the soft reboot.
Peck just shakes his head and like actually throws the seed in his pocket at you, and then like lays in his bedroll. And
I catch
jams-
one. Say thanks for
jams
the
his-
snack.
Jams his staff in a walking stick in the ground and like roots like keep it up as like a little bit of a light thing, and then he just rolls over. You know where it's like, I'm not going to bed, but I'm showing you that I'm going to bed? That is the exact situation.
Just
That was-
an FYI, you can only second win in battle with Scott.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah, but you know, you use
Okay.
that HD. You have another HD that you can use instead.
Yeah, I guess I'll just say that's an HD, but whatever.
No. HD is better for you. Like you would roll.
Yeah, but I only had 3 hit points missing, so.
Oh.
That's why I
Oh!
get sick.
Wow, we
Those are
both
good.
did that. So
That's our
like
shield.
I'm gonna say to our little Cobalt friend, I'm gonna say, Jaxie, yeah, that's what you said your name is, Jaxie.
He said his name was
Jaxo.
Jacko.
Oh,
Jaxo.
Jacko. Okay.
Jaxo.
You want to come with?
No.
You don't have to. I just think you'd want to know what's down there.
Peck loudly
A young
rolls over in
kobold
his
like
bedroll.
yourself.
I think I'm good.
Okay. I look at Thuntar. I'm like, Thuntar.
No.
He just turns around and walks away, expecting it. Walks toward the house.
Okay. So you go to the house and you're followed by Jaxo. The two of you guys go to the house and it's
Wait,
What?
Jackson,
No,
no,
Jacko
Jacko's
is not following him.
Oh, there you were!
Welcome to your
No,
first situation of getting Scotted! When you say something and Scott says the exact
In Skype,
opposite
in
happens.
Skype, when more than one person speaks, I hear.
No, Scott, but it happens either way.
It's funny because if you're with me in real life, which we probably never will, Ollie, because nobody wants to be around the smell. I can navigate like an 8-person conversation, no problem, because I'm accustomed to it.
I have zero belief in that.
I used to run restaurants and be a
blame
bartender.
your ADD for being
No, that's
there.
fine. That's fine. I can navigate many person conversations, but on Skype, it's not voices around a room. It's so.
You would have
Well-
liked TeamSpeak. There was a thing that you used to do there, where if you had good headphones, they put everyone like in different places in the room, in like the virtual room.
Gotcha. But either way, so I know that you can do that in Discord too. You can set people in different volumes too. So
That's not.
no, I know that's
I-
not the same that you were saying, but
I go alone.
okay.
With nobody
so you go
else.
alone with nobody else. Gotcha. So you make your way over to the house, and it's just wreckage everywhere. So how do you approach it? Do you just start searching through?
Yeah, I'm gonna look through. I'm gonna try to be stealthy, and I'm gonna be looking for some type of way to get into a basement.
Okay. Roll me a investigation.
I'm okay at that.
Okay. So it's a lot easier now that the entire house is burnt down.
Yeah.
So you go walking around, you kind of like kicking rubble to the side and maybe using Eldritch Blast to blast chunks of rubble to the side and stuff like that. And eventually you do find where there must have been like a hidden floorboard or something. Right now the wood is just kind of like crumbled of what would have covered the staircase before. So it's just like stuff littered down the stairs, including like charred wood or whatever littered down the stairs. So whatever would have hidden or supported before, it's already gone through.
So I'm gonna
For however
poke
they
at
burnt.
it.
Yeah, yep. So the rest of the stuff that's in the way that is covering the stairwell just finishes crumbling because it was already completely exposed. So,
Do the stairs seem sturdy?
the stairs are made out of stone.
Oh, perfect. I go walking down the stairs.
Okay. So you make your way down the stairs. Sorry, Ollie, that was funny. You make your way down the stairs, and once you go down there, there's no like door or anything down there. But instead, what you do is you find a basement. Now, the basement would be a lot easier to investigate if it wasn't for the fact that there's a whole bunch of ash and charred wood and chunks of above littered all over the place. However, this basement is set up like there's a whole bunch of, we're going to call it equipment down here that you wouldn't have expected. There's like beakers and vials and a whole bunch of like other stuff down here that you
I
wouldn't
was
have expected to
expecting
find.
torture equipment.
Yeah, that's what I was
My
expecting.
my
too.
mind went a different way.
Do any of these vials or beakers, are any of them full of a liquid or anything?
I mean, yes, but like barely. We're not full of, but like barely any liquid at like trace amounts. Roll me an investigation check, please.
You should drink it and find out what it does.
I mean, my wisdom is a 10.
In searching around, you find exactly as I just described, but beyond that, you also find on the ground huge magic circle drawn around the center of the room. The center of the room, you think there was a table or something there, but enough of the above floor fell down onto it that whatever was there is completely crumbled and destroyed. So it's like it's going to take you a while to pick apart what was there and what fell on top of it, and then try to figure out what that was.
Before trying to pick that apart, I'm gonna like go sit down in the corner of the room and cast Detect Magic as a ritual again.
Okay, sure.
Taking the
He's been
11
gone
minutes.
for about 15 minutes at this point, and you guys haven't heard anything yet, okay? Aside from some crashing and banging and so and so. Oh, sorry, no, because of searching around above. About 20 minutes at this point. Aside from crashing and banging and
I'm
whatnot.
gonna say,
I'm gonna use some extra time.
yeah, I'm gonna say, well, no screams of death. Do you think it's safe?
Hey, it's fine.
And so you hang back?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I believe. Unless I hear him crying out for us to save him, there's no way in hell I'm going back to that place.
The ground itself, the magic runes are actually glowing with this like deep purplish blackish glow to them, and you can actually see it like streaming up off of it. You can actually see like almost like smoke lines coming up off of the runes all around, making the runes really glow very prominent so you can see what they were. But everything in this whole basement is giving off the aura of necromantic energy. What it is, what it stands for, I mean, you can try to roll an Arcana check to see if you can figure it out.
Yeah, I'll roll an Arcana. I actually am proficient in it, so I feel comfortable with that.
Oh, decent roll.
Nice.
Not enough to give you all the answers because it's insanely high
Right.
DC. But
Right.
looking around, you can tell that what this is, all this stuff, what it stood for, it was some sort of magical experiments that happened that caused this insane amount of energy to happen here. But it goes beyond that. Like, no shit, Scott, thanks. Some magical ritual caused the necromantic. You can also
Right.
tell it goes beyond that. This location was chosen for a reason. You can tell that the magical energies that are kind of like waving up, you've never seen or heard of or read or anything of that much energy coming out of a place after the ritual is done. Lingering energies, sure, definitely. Even some stronger, but nothing like this. It almost makes you think, something about this location had a strong necromantic aura to it to begin with, and then it was harnessed for whatever it was that they did.
I'm gonna go up to this circle.
Sure. The circle again is large, and it takes up like most of the like it takes up like the middle of the room, but like half of the entire basement.
I'm gonna.
You can't.
What is-
You couldn't before make out every rune in the circle because again, there's
Right.
shit all over it. But now that
Right.
they're glowing, you can kind of see it through some of the shit that's there, and you can see it more clearly. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Are these markings carved, drawn with paint? Like,
That's a really good question. Neither. They're just there.
they're just there.
Yeah.
It's like I like
you
put
look
my
at
foot
it,
on
like-
it.
Yeah, you look at it and you kind of try to brush it off or whatever.
It's
It's
like
not
a-
chalk.
It's like a wizard did like the magic circle and like burnt in magic.
Yeah. Ooh. We need to tell this to our camp. This is not good. All this undead and then this. I take a note of it. I'll go I'll snatch one of the vials that has like a little bit of liquid in it. I'll look for a cork quickly and put it in just because I want to take it and I want to throw it in my bag. And I'll leave the house.
There's a bunch of different liquids there, not just one. That's like many, and you can't. So there's a bunch of ones that look different or that like smell different or whatever. But even if there's multiple that look or smell the same to you, you don't know if they're the same or not.
All right. So what I'm gonna grab like as many that look similar as possible, and just pour it into one and cap it. I'm not wise, Scott. I'm not wise. As many as like the same color and viscosity, I do that too.
Great idea.
It's not a great idea.
I know.
You do that while you're because you spend so much time. I already say that you don't have detect magic anymore because you spent so much time investigating or whatever since then, right? And researching the Arcana check and blah blah blah. So detect magic is gone, and so you start putting those together. And you see, like, not really a reaction, just like there's more bubbles than you would have expected from like pouring a liquid into a liquid. There's bubbles in there, right? So it's more than you would have expected. It actually almost looks like when you pop open like a beer, like not. There's no head really when you pop open a beer. It's more just like bubbles rushing to the surface very rapidly. It says you like pour it, you know. So you're doing that, and you see like lots of bubbles rushing up constantly, or like a champagne glass that you had poured 2 minutes ago. It's just lots of rushing bubbles. So that's what you see. But make me a Constitution save.
Did I just mix bleach and ammonia?
Okay. So you are holding on to the liquid. You mix them together. You fill up the vial. It like seems good. Put it in your bag and do what?
Leave.
Okay. And so you start to leave and you head back to the rest of the group.
Yep. And I will literally give all of this information to them with the exception... no. I'll wait until the Kobold's sleeping, and then I'll wake up the other two and let them know first that this is happening.
Sure.
Peck very reluctantly wakes back up. So that you talk.
Okay.
Yep. I explain everything, and I explain that we really probably need to give this information back to the camp as soon as we're done, maybe even killing kobolds. And then I look at the other guy and go, except him, he actually seems all right. And then I show them the flask of liquid, and I say, I got some evidence.
We should be on our way then.
In the morning. Go back to sleep, but I just wanted to let you know.
He immediately.
Yeah. It's one of those like you like go back to.
Yeah. And I will actually,
Snoring exactly like Thunpaz.
I'll stay up.
Sure. Absolutely. So because you're willingly staying up, you definitely have a point of exhaustion tomorrow, no question.
Sure.
Okay, so there you are. It's the next day. Everybody comes to. You have like your sausages and sneggs for breakfast, and
What are those? What's a
you know what?
sausage and a snake?
It's local to the
Does
fauna.
Local
Does the
to land.
Kanku
Okay,
eat
no
eggs?
idea.
What? Birds eat eggs, man.
He has
Yeah, but
no
does
issue
he?
eating eggs.
He
You-
might have issues. He's an
If you bring
intelligent
this
creature.
up, he will like scoop your egg up with the spatula and like just eat it.
Oh, he sasses me without words. I like it.
You'll eat half of it and then put the other half back on your like little nest tin. Because it's with a beak, it's just like a very perfect cut.
Yep.
Oh. Unless it was over medium or over easy, which case it's like gooping out. It's like, oh, you took the good part.
Yeah, my eggs are always over easy or medium, so you definitely take the good part.
Yeah. I always cook my eggs over medium, but now that I have my little one, it's I over medium with broken yolk because it makes it easier for like, because it's like gelatinous, because it's like, it doesn't have to be goopy. It's semi-jelly, semi-goopy, so it's easier for a 2-year-old to eat. But I love eggs. I eat 3 to 4 eggs like daily. Oh, I love eggs.
I've weird enough, I've started liking eggs since getting to know you, Scott. So I think there's some correlation.
Hey.
6 egg whites every day.
two eggs most every day for dinner, actually.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, I just love eggs.
Yeah.
They're so good.
I don't know. I just like them for dinner.
Yeah, they're a safe source of protein and whatnot. They're really good for you. The whole cholesterol bullshit that people used to peddle is just a bunch of like food pyramid garbage.
Yeah.
So anyways, moving on. So you guys get up the next morning and everybody's feeling great. Except for Vickerel, but that's okay. You guys make him a stiff cup of tea, and he's able to blink slowly and continue traveling through the day. So what's the plan here?
Are we heading right back to the camp?
It's you guys. Maybe you want to investigate further. It's up
Nice.
to you guys. Discuss.
I would say if we're close enough to the kobolds, we might as well 2 birds, 1 stone. And then I look at you, I'm like, I don't even know what to say at that point. Like, I already said it. And I'm like,
Yeah, he just looks at you, and then
you just see a look of like I'm sorry kind of face on, just like I didn't.
he just does this, and he shrugs. He doesn't really care what we do as long as we do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks
I just shrug. I'm just like,
Well, you're probably good at finding your kinfolk. Let's go look for him.
okay.
Eric,
Well,
Sure.
Lead the way.
you're trying to thuntar.
Thuntar.
What's Thuntar's opinion, Eric?
You're
Can't
muted.
hear you.
Oh, you got errand. Oh,
Thuntar doesn't have an opinion.
Oh,
He's just
that's
kind
too
of
quick.
he's just sitting there quiet. He's sitting there quietly during the morning until we get far away from the building, and then Thuntar starts to kind of regain his hop and his step.
I would note out that if we go to get the kobolds, immediately afterwards, Peck will have decided that it was a better idea to have gone back. But he can't really tell you.
Yeah.
He's just
I say that we head
Right
back
time.
to camp and see if this information is useful at all. And
But how does Thuntar say that?
Yeah, you can't just tell us that. Eric.
Thuntar would say, kobolds are too hard to find. I figured we'd smash them and be back.
But Thuntar, we haven't even looked yet.
Thuntar saw big fireman, and that was pretty scary.
Yeah, that's why we're walking away from the fireman.
A house turned into a fireman, and then the fireman chased us. This does not happen in my life. I live a simple life.
I know how to make it stop happening. We just have to kill the kobolds.
I don't. These two
smacks
things
you
are
weakly.
related.
Yeah.
Do you
Like
know this?
a grandma smack.
Yeah, it's like, don't do that. Don't.
Thuntar's pretty. I don't even think I could if I wanted to. I'll do that.
You've traveled with him only once before. This is your second time. I won't give you advantage, not yet. You don't know him well enough.
Yeah, nope. I can't. I couldn't even if I wanted to.
Well, you can roll a 20.
With the insight is +0.
So roll a 20. This is not
Yes,
this is not
23
my
to 6.
usual campaigns where 20 only equals 20.
Nope.
Yep, you failed.
Close.
Okay, so you're actually pretty insightful, but his sarcasm's just too subtle. His lies are just too conniving.
Who knows why Peck is like poking him in the belly with his walking stick?
Maybe he's agreeing. He's like, yeah.
If that's the case,
Kind of
then
hard to
Thuntar
read the
would
face
say,
of a bird.
Thuntar would say, yeah, let's go fight these things. Let's go kill the kobolds.
Okay. So you guys are going to keep finding the kobolds. So roll for me your survival checks to search.
I want to do the same perception to make sure nothing's going to attack
Oh
us.
shit! Hold on. Hold the phone. Put it down. You're at first stage of whatchamacallit, aren't you?
Exhaustion.
Yeah.
You were no. You have to roll me that deception again with disadvantage.
Rip, son.
Where's my deception at?
Can we
I just
put
remembered.
this train wreck back in place?
Aha!
Instead of losing by 6, you win by 6, Eric. Take him
In
down.
that case,
Look
in
at how
that case, I would say,
Very
hey, that's not the truth.
Not the truth.
You don't know that.
You don't know that.
You're telling me things that I want to hear, and
You're
I'll
telling
appreciate
some
that.
things I don't want to hear.
And then Vikro goes, You're right. I was lying, but at least I'm not mocking you.
He does
Not
that.
mocking you.
He looks at him and he says he always does that.
Doesn't make it less rude.
He's a bird. He can speak common and he's a bird. That's
You know what?
so
You know
cool.
what? Fine. We'll go back having not killed any of these creatures and instead saved one and bring him back to camp. Sounds good. Let's do it.
Yeah, he's our new friend.
Yeah. I'm sure that Guntar will totally get that.
Yeah. We'll just introduce him to Jorp and it'll be fine.
To who?
It's a Jorp. And I point at the,
Is that the name
point
of your
at the
sword?
kobold. No, I point at the kobold.
Oh.
Oh, he's going.
You know what? We have good information. I don't know if it's that good, but let's do it. And I look at the kobold and I'm like, I'm not gonna take your weapons away this time. Good luck.
Come on, Burb.
Okay.
Come on, Burb. Come on, jump. We're gonna do this.
Does anybody have the Wanderer backgrounds to easily find your way back?
Nah.
I have the Outlander.
Outlander. There you go.
Yeah.
It's the Wanderer backgrounds.
I did it.
So you
I
can
did
easily
it.
find your way back. Roll for me. Do me a favor. Roll for me. Nature, or perception checks, peoples.
Oh, I nearly Eric'd. I slid
yes,
my
then.
finger away before I did it.
Vicaro, don't forget your disadvantage. There you go.
My rolls
I
have
just
been
kept it
on
on.
fire.
You
Okay.
you live around here, you know. It's...
So the only one
Just
that
like that
notices,
building.
the only one that notices is Jaxo, and actually what he does notice is as you guys are walking, he like notices there's like a part of land where there's fire, but it doesn't notice anything yet. But then like once you guys get to like a vantage point, like oh blah blah blah, it's a vantage point, you can kind of look down. You guys are like, oh, that's the way we're going. Let's take a short break though. He's like walks off to take a piss, and when he does so, don't ask how Kobold pees. You don't want to know. He walks off to take a piss. And looks down the cliff, and all of a sudden he realizes there's a line of burning that's heading in the direction that you guys are heading.
Like toward camp.
Ah.
Now, mind you, it's not like things are actively on fire. It's just charred.
Guys? That thing is moving in the same direction as us. The fire creature.
What? It's headed for.
Thuntar.
It's headed for the camp.
Yes.
We need to go. We need to help. We need to help Guntar. His name is almost Thuntar.
Yeah, we need to get there as quick as possible.
Oh no! What if he's already
Chip,
burned?
pick up the pace, and he just starts going like faster.
When did
And
someone
I'm gonna-
say that? he gets up.
old. He
He
knows
gets-
many words.
He gets up and he's gonna follow after him. Just. Ah!
Okay.
Like he kind of like eventually just is actually running. No, actually, what do? Is turn into an elk, and then go back around and nudge Vickerel with his nose.
Ah!
He like looks around and he's like,
An elk.
Peck?
And there's like feathers sort of falling
Yeah.
off it.
He's like, Peck?
It like a motion to my back.
Oh, yeah, sure. I don't want this to be degrading in any way. And he like grabs onto you and just hops up in the most awkward way because he's never ridden an elk before.
Holy shit.
And I will.
And I kind of go, huh. And I'll hop up onto Thuntar.
Well, yeah.
And with that, we'll take our final break, and we'll come back for the last half hour of this session. So we'll see you all in just a couple of minutes. All
Now
right.
that's a cinematic moment.
I need to go do some fucking jumping jacks. I'm like falling asleep over here.